Hello, friends. I was right next to the mic. I'm sorry. I'm trying here. I'll get the hang of it. Anyways, welcome to the Virgo monthly reading for October. First part of the month reading, anyway. Let's see what these cards have for us. I'm starting with the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. It's a good one to start with. Well, that just made a mess. I guess none of those cards were for you. Okay, we've had a few pop out legitimately, so let me grab those. I will be right back. Okay, so this is a little interesting. You had the Three of Cups pop out with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Sun. So overall, I mean, if I hold it up consecutively, it looks like a pretty happy reading. It looks like you're in a really good space right now. So that's awesome. Congrats. The Three of Cups. We generally think of celebration and we think of, maybe you just accomplished something really big, right? Or, within your friend group, you're just partying it up a little bit, right? So whatever the case may be, definitely a celebratory mood. I envision like this party where maybe it's like a dinner party where there's a bunch of food on the table. Someone in your group may be a Susie homemaker who cooks really well. But either way, libations and music and fun and just enjoying each other. That's the really big one there, is enjoying each other. No matter what else is going on around you, when you're celebrating, you guys could be hosting a book club together, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be food and drinks and all of that. It's just being together, and that's wonderful. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse has come up for quite a few readings for me in the past few days. So maybe it's a more universal energy than what I had originally been picking up on. But, when this Wheel of Fortune card comes out like this, I often imagine it like it wants to turn, but it can't, right? So there might be something there that you're holding yourself back on, or something that's just not moving forward, right? It might have nothing to do with what you're doing or not doing, but something's just not moving. There's a lack of flow in some area right now. Again, I don't see it as a problem because you have these other two really great cards surrounding it, showing that life is generally very good. So maybe it's something that's sticking in your mind a lot, that's kind of bothering you. But the message here, seeing it in this context, is don't worry. Everything will work out, right? We know this. That's how life works. And we're lucky in that sense that most of the time things do work out. So the message here I'm seeing is just hold that faith. Everything will work out. Try not to let this bother you too much right now, okay? Easier said than done, I know. But try. Now the Sun, that's also, like I said, a very good card. You got a happy baby on a horse and sunflowers and of course the sun. And, it's foreshadowing to the good that's about to come to you, right? You're in a good spot now. You're working hard. You're doing the things you need to do. And you're going to see that it's going to pay off, right? I don't know. It doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of clarification that needs to be done here. Things are good. Try not to allow yourself to be unsettled within that, because I don't know, maybe that's a mindset that you have, right? That could be for very specifically one person that's going to watch this. I don't know. But just enjoy the happiness and the goodness that's surrounding you right now, and that will continue for a while right now. And a while, that could be weeks, months, years, who knows. But enjoy it while it's here, right? Even if it's just one day of just super awesome. The sun being in that third position, I really think that it's going to continue for a while. So you have nothing to worry about, right? Try to let go of that. But I guess, I'm hearing bask in the sun. Bask in that happiness, in that goodness, and just appreciate it, right? Sometimes we take things like that for granted, and maybe that's another message within these cards today, is just be grateful for that goodness that comes your way, and for the goodness that is being sent your way right now. If we can't be grateful for it, then it's not as sweet. If we don't acknowledge it, if we take it for granted, it goes by much too quickly. So sit in it as much as you can, and acknowledge it and appreciate it. Show your gratitude. It helps. Let's take an oracle card here. I am using Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection. As you know, I love this deck. And let's see what these cards have for us today. Now, after I pull this card, I will do an extended reading over on Patreon. So if you are at all interested in those extended readings, please feel free to head over and subscribe. I will have a couple different options for subscriptions at first. I want to make this as sustainable as possible and as far-reaching as possible. So, yeah, I appreciate anything that you are able to contribute, if that's the way that you go right now, and if this is where we part from, when this video ends, that's perfectly fine too. I appreciate you all being here. It's all supportive, so thank you. There's a lot that are flipping, but nothing coming out. There we go. Let me grab that. Okay. You will be surprised. So maybe you're doubtful when good things are coming up, right? And maybe you're like, gosh, it never lasts, or, whatever. Maybe you have just that mindset where it's like, nah, good never lasts. You will be surprised. The back says, ask with love, and their answer may surprise you. Yet whatever their answer, be happy, and this may surprise them. Hi, it's love, and I... ... the universe. So I feel like those are two totally separate messages. Maybe you can relate to both of them. But for the back of this card, again, that may be more specific to one person who's going to be listening to this, and that's okay. When you watch these messages, I just want to advise, take what's for you and leave the rest, okay? Not everything within every single reading has to apply to you to be useful. Take what's useful to you and leave the rest. That's okay. So for this specific message on the back, maybe you have a situation right now, whether it's a romantic partner or yet to be partner or interest or something along those lines. I'm definitely getting getting like that romantic feel though. So someone that you're interested in, if you have a question for them, if you have a proposal for them, or whatever it may be, dive into that love. Don't allow the fear to take over. Allow yourself to be courageous and brave and ask whatever question you may have for them. And yeah, I mean, their answer could surprise you. That's one possible outcome, right? But on the other hand, what it says is whatever their answer, be happy, and this may surprise them. And that's true. Our own happiness should never, it should never be reliant on someone else's actions, answers, words. Our happiness should never be reliant on someone else. So, maybe you tend to be a little bit reliant in love. I'm trying to codependency. Codependency is a big theme that's coming up right now, and I think it's a big thing for our society to be working on. So if you are one of those people who tends to be codependent in a relationship, that is one of the issues at the heart of it, right? The idea that, gosh, I can't be happy when they're not happy, or if they don't love me, what does that say about me? Or I don't think I can be okay without that relationship. We have to step out of that. So whatever work there is to be done there, maybe it's therapy. I go to therapy every week, and I strongly advocate for everyone to go to therapy. Even if it's not therapy and it's just, the issue and you think that you can handle it and you've got a plan, and you're really, really working on yourself to bring yourself out of those codependent habits and to reinforce within yourself that you are okay no matter what. That's awesome too. Keep going in that vein and know that, the better we can be within ourselves and the stronger that we can be, the more that we can maintain our own happiness and our own needs, the better we'll be able to be in those romantic relationships. Okay. So again, take what's meant for you out of this reading. I feel like there was a lot there. We will dive in further. We'll get some clarifiers over on Patreon in the extended. So follow me over if you're interested in that. And if not, if we part ways here, again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Love ya.